Hello everyone, my name is Mr. Hayden. No, it's not. It's Hayden. Welcome to the Mr. Hayden YouTube channel, and I've been selling, if you don't know who I am, for around 4.5 years on Amazon now. I've done way over 1 million, probably 1.3, 1.4 million in sales combined in pounds from my UK and USA store combined converted. And yeah, I do bundles, I do arbitrage, and yeah, I've just recently started private labels. So in this video, I'm going to talk about my younger broke self when I was starting on Amazon and the brutal advice that I would give myself if I was to look back on him now. Let's dive into the video. So those of you watching this video might have been selling for around a year, you might be selling for 6 months, you might have been even selling for less than that. And I understand the struggle in the early days. Well, I remember when I was starting out and I bought a deal sheet and naively, well, or misled, however you want to say it, I bought a deal sheet that, you know, guaranteed 30% ROI, 30% margin, whatever it was. And I actually went ahead and bought the deal sheet, bought the deals, expected to go, and I went home and I expected it to be sent into the Amazon FBA fulfillment centers, and then I could make my free £4 profit or whatever it was, and then rinse and repeat. And I was actually very, I'd say naive to it, but it was because obviously that's the way they're sold. And I assumed that I was just going to make that money and then just be able to rinse and repeat it and build a business. Little did I know that by the time my stock hit the fulfillment centers, let me know in the comments if this has happened to you, I'm sure it has, there was 30 or 40, 50 sellers on that listing, the price had crashed and I was actually losing money, and I had to wait a very long time for that to recover, if ever it was going to recover, or if the price was always going to be like 50p profit left over. Now, obviously that opened my eyes, and I'm sure it's opened your eyes as well if that's happened to you, and if it hasn't happened to you, it might happen to you if you're just doing generic online arbitrage. Now, it opened my eyes and made me realize that I had to do something different. Okay. Now, but I was still completely confused. I was still unsure what I should do, and I actually almost gave up. I very, very almost gave up. And me sitting here in front of this camera talking to you almost very didn't happen. Okay. But I stuck it out. Okay. Now, I wish I knew some things a lot sooner than what I did, and I feel like I was a bit of a slow learner, and I could have been doing, don't get me wrong, I do good figures now, and we're probably doing 1 million this year, but with high profit and high margin, by the way. I could be doing multiple 7 figures at the moment with smaller margins, but I chose to do the high profit margin thing instead. But I think I could even be doing multiple 7 figures with really high margins and really good stability if I listened to this advice that I'm about to tell you sooner. Well, I wasn't there to give me this advice, but I'm going to give it to you right now. So if I was to talk to my younger, broke self that was an Amazon seller when I first started, I would say, don't stress about it and don't worry about the money to start with. It will all come as long as you understand the skills that you're learning and cultivate a mindset of learning. Now, I know a lot of you are going to be thinking, oh, yeah, but Hayden, I've got bills to pay. I want to get out of my job. I'm fed up of it. I can't keep investing in this thing if it doesn't work. Now, hear me out. I understand that. I completely get that. That's exactly what I was hoping for as well. But the truth is, the very, very, very truth of the thing is, right? In the early days, you're very limited with the experience that you've got. So even if some of you might be thinking, oh, I can fast forward this though because I've got 20 grand to put into it, right? Not a lot of you will, but if some of you do, then kudos to you, well done. I wouldn't even recommend investing that unless you're teaming up with someone that's been doing Amazon for many years, because it's a strong likelihood that you could lose that. You can't rush experience. Like, you can't rush experience. Now, you can speed it up by getting a credible coach or a credible consultant or a credible group that you want to go into train or whatever, but you can't speed it up. You can't just accelerate 1.5 years your learning, nor would you want to, because you want to understand them lessons. You need to understand that it's going to take you probably 1.5 years before you get a full understanding of this business. I've been doing it for around 4.5 years, and there's still a lot that I need to learn. But where we are right now is a stage where I have full deep belief in the business model, full belief in Amazon, and that's the most powerful thing. We've got a good amount of money behind us. We've got good contacts behind us. I know everyone in this space, not everyone, but a lot of people in this space got a lot of contacts that I could sort of pull to if I wanted more investment, but I don't need to. I don't need to, and nor will you. if you just have patience. I was so impatient that I was rushing the vital learnings that I needed to actually get better and make more money. If you're the mindset where you just want to make money as quickly as possible and you're getting impatient and you're rushing it, you're either going to give this thing up and you're not going to stick to Amazon, or you're going to rush your learning. And when you rush your learning, you're just trying to just make money rather than absorbing becoming the best Amazon seller or e-commerce business owner you could ever become. You're going to miss out on future growth, future profit. If I listened to this advice and just became really good at one thing within the Amazon space, whether it's arbitrage, doing low margins and high volume, whether you're going to do bundles and just do bundle option frees and just multi-pack products together and get really good at that, whether you're going to do retail arbitrage and get really good at that and just be the one that owns that space and drives around the whole country picking up products, dropping them off at your warehouse or prep centres and getting them prepped for you and becoming the best at that. Whatever you're doing, I promise you can master it, right? But it's not going to happen overnight. And the quickest way, and I wish I gave myself this advice, the quickest way you're going to get to not only profit now, but more profit in the future is by letting that compound. And that compounds by you focusing down on one thing and sticking with that for many, many, many months, okay? And you're going to get that learning, which you need to do anyway, a lot quicker, and you're going to make a lot more profit a lot quicker, and actually you're going to have much more long-term business, sustainable business with more profit if you really nail down and focus on one thing. Don't get shiny penny syndrome and start thinking you want to sell internationally, or you want to do retail arbitrage, or you want to do bundles and you want to do all this stuff at once. Focus down on one business model within the Amazon space, one strategy, and just be patient and commit to it. Because when you do that, the universe starts to move out your way. And I wish that is some advice that I really wish I had when I started out. The universe will start to move out your way if you really, really focus, guys, right? Because in time, you're going to know stuff about business model. Like I know about bundles right now because I've been doing it for so long. I know stuff that some people just don't know. And I've got a level of confidence that some people just don't have. And like, I know when to launch certain bundles and, taking advantage of the seasonal trends. So we've got seasonal products going, we've got non-seasonal product going, we've got all year round products going. And every year we level up because of this knowledge that's getting compounded on top of each other, so we can battle that competition. So that's what I mean. You're going to have more profit in the future and more profit as quickly as possible now if you just focus in on one thing, get really good at it, stick with it, and be patient, and don't rush your learning experience. It's really, really important, guys. Make sure you jump in the Facebook group. It's a completely free group, completely free Facebook group, and I do a podcast in there every single Wednesday at 2 p.m. live, and we answer everyone's questions in there. So make sure you jump in the Facebook group. I'll see you in the next video.